Would you
Okay.
say that doing one individual big deal requires a completely different skill set than managing a bunch of different portfolios and relationships with the bank and this and that? Like, what is the main differentiating factor between $500 million portfolio and doing it?
Zeros. It's all about money in, money out.
So it's the
That's it.
same skills,
It's all the same. Whether you just got to add zeros and add more, there's more things to add on a bigger property. You got more expenses. You have more income streams. You got different things that come up, with the property. But basically, if you want to buy real estate and you want to own real estate, I highly recommend you run it yourself. Get your hands dirty. That's the best experience you will ever get. If you wanted to go out tomorrow and stop being a house hacker with all these strangers walking around in their underwear every morning in your house, go out, buy yourself a fourplex. I don't believe in less than a fourplex. You got 4 tenants paying your rent, okay, and you should cash flow fairly well if you buy it right. And it's not a lot of management. But manage it yourself. You collect the rents. If there's a problem, send the handyman over to fix it. There's not much else to it than paying bills, and there aren't any bills on a fourplex. Your tax bill, your insurance bill, your mortgage bill, and then you got some maintenance. That's about it.
I got so tired of doing that, though. It was just exhausting.
You're lazy. You don't want to work. I can look at a guy like you in a minute and say, this guy ain't going to work.
I like to wake up and not have a single care other than just, here's a task I got to do, and that's it.
You're from California. You want everything easy.
I got to say, I just sold 2 of my multifamily in Los Angeles, and every day I wake up that I think I don't own that anymore. Oh,
well, that's because you've experienced it. But we're talking about somebody starting out. You've experienced it. You looked at the situation. You said, you know what? These things are a pain in the neck. I live far away in another state. I've already, if I sell it now, the numbers probably made a lot of sense, even with the tax ramifications.
Oh, yeah.
And you made a decision. You managed your portfolio. That's what I do all the time. I look at a property and I say, okay, is this property a pain in the ass? Well, whether it is or not, it's not going to be a pain in the ass to me, too much because, I got people to run it. But do the numbers make sense? Is it best to keep it? Is it best to refinance it? Is it best to sell it? You got to make decisions when you're managing a portfolio. But if you're just getting into real estate, you got to get your hands dirty and run your own stuff. You have to. That's the way you'll know whether you want to grow in real estate or you don't. A lot of people don't.
Well, one thing that's pretty clear is that you have a beautiful home here, 20,000 square feet that you're selling.
It's for sale.
What's the asking price?
It was asking $35 million. Why? Because if you go anywhere on this, we're in a special little city here on a private beach.
Yeah.
If you go anywhere in our area on this beach, people are paying $8 to $10 million for a single lot, and knocking down a house. This house, the land alone has a value of 20 to 24 million. Okay? It's just, I can prove it. To build this house with the qualities that this house has, I haven't have the contractor's bills that built it. Okay? You're going to spend minimum 25 million. You have to, with the bowling alleys and the lazy rivers and the quality of all this stuff. Okay, so here you are. You're somewhere in the neighborhood of 45 plus million. So I put it on the market for 35, and you'd have to wait 4 to 5 years to build it.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. You could turnkey, walk into this house, less than what the replacement cost is. Okay, right now we lowered the price to 31.
Have you had any offers?
I've had about a half a dozen showings. But honestly, nobody has made me a realistic, legitimate offer that I would even consider.
Why?
Because people want you to carry, or, people want to do some creative stuff. They all had the money to buy the house because we pre-qualify them before we let them look at the house. But listen, it takes time. And the market is so small in this price range and in this area. Now, if this area was in South Florida, if this house was in South Florida, forget about it. It'd be worth $100 million.
Mm-hmm.
In certain areas, like the area you were talking about earlier. Okay. But it is what it is. It's a great house. You just got to find the right buyer for it.
What happens if you can't sell it?
I just keep it. What am I going to do? I can't sell it. I keep it.
Would you sell or finance it?
No, I'm not like, listen, why would I have to sell or finance? I always say to myself, when people offer seller financing, beware. There's a reason why. Maybe it's helping them tax-wise, maybe. But typically, let them go to a bank. Why do I need to be the bank? Why can't they just take the down payment and go to a bank? If the bank, maybe the bank won't qualify them. Well, if the bank won't qualify them, why the hell would I qualify
What's
them?
your interest rate on this property?
Oh, I locked in a good rate on this thing.
2% interest only, right?
2.5.
So you could sell it, seller finance
I'm good
at
interest
3.5.
only for 15 years.
That's incredible.
7 years have gone by for 15 years.
So you get
now.
7 years
No,
at
wait,
2.5%.
Wait, I got about 9 years left at a fixed rate loan, interest only on this house.
But you
so
could
it's not
make
hurting me.
1% or 1.5% if you seller financed it at 4% or 3.5%.
For 7 years, yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it. Listen, I don't want to be the bank. I don't like loaning people money. That's not what I do.
Yeah, but you're loaning the bank's money.
And if
it's
that
not
person
really
goes
your
belly
money.
up, then what?
Then you
I
take
gotta
back
foreclose on them?
Then you take back the
I
property.
don't like doing that. I don't want to go after people. I don't want to be in a bad situation. I don't like to be.
You want people going after you?
I want
Banks.
people go after me?
Yeah.
What do you mean? People going after me?
Well,
I pay all my bills, so nobody goes after me.
Right. You'll take on debt, but you will not release the debt. Like
I'll
you don't
take
want
on debt all day long because that makes sense for me. I make money on the bank's money. Plus, I'm able to spread my money out, much more by using the bank's money.
How much money do you have to buy a $30 million mansion?
I mean, typically, you're going to have to qualify, but if you're going to buy a $30 million mansion, you're probably going to have to go out and get a jumbo loan. A jumbo loan is probably going to be at least 25%. Okay, 25% of 30 million, 10% is 3, 6, 7, 8 million down, and you have to qualify for the loan. You got to prove, how am I going to pay the loan? And then you got taxes, and then you got insurance. You got to make a substantial income to be able to buy a house like this. Or a lot of people that own houses that will buy a house like this typically, have that kind of cash that they want to just buy it or put a lot down, have very little mortgage.
So you're selling a $30 million mansion. You've had a handful of showings. On average, the people that come see the property and want to buy it, how much money do they have?
I mean, typically, I would think that the rule of thumb in banking is if you buy if your mortgage, let's figure it out. If your mortgage is going to be, let's say, 20 million, right? 20 million, today's rate's probably about 6%. Okay. So that's going to put you at $1.2 million a year, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
20 million is $1.2 million a year, is $100,000 a month.
Multiply by
Well,
3.
if you're making, if you got to pay a mortgage of $1.2 million a year, you probably got to be making over $3 million a year to qualify.
But even so, I heard that if you're buying like anything over 15 million, you don't really fit the 33% rule because those people kind of spread their money out a little bit
depends
more.
on their assets.
So realistically, like, wouldn't they, like, you have to have like $100 million like to justify a 30 million.
No, you wouldn't need $100 million. Listen, if you
make you
if you can prove you have stable income coming in of a few million a year, the bank will loan you,
I don't think someone who's worth $20 million is buying a $30 million house.
No.
Even if they have the income to do that.
I don't know. I mean, but no. Listen, yeah, you got to be somebody that it's not going to hurt you, and to buy this house. It's got to be somebody worth probably, like you said, 60, 70, 80, 100 million.
What about buying a $10 million house? How much do you have to be worth?
I mean, a $10 million house, I mean, I would think you have to be worth minimum 20 million.
You think that's responsible if you're worth $20 million to spend 10 on a house?
Depends on what your income is, too. It's not just a question of your worth. Okay, you can be worth a lot of money, but, what's your income? What's your returns? What's your investments? The bank looks at the whole picture.
And really quick, I just want to say that most people know that they should have an LLC, but they keep pushing it off because it sounds super complicated. Well, that's why we partnered with Northwest Registered Agent. They make the entire process so simple that you could just get it done today. For $39 plus state fees, Northwest forms your LLC and handles the state filings for you. You get your operating agreement, member certificates, and banking resolutions, which is all the paperwork that actually makes it official. And that's all that, plus a free domain, email, phone line, brand protection, and mail forwarding are bundled in so your business is ready to operate in the same day. And your home address never goes on the public record. Northwest uses their own address in your filings instead of yours. So if forming an LLC has been sitting on your to-do list for long enough, today is the day. Just go to northwestregisteredagent.com to get started. That's northwestregisteredagent.com or click the link down below in the description to get your LLC filed. Thank you to Northwest Registered Agent for sponsoring this episode, and back to the podcast.